fame. Swipe that page, get in the mood. Comic-Con energy, we're bringing the food. Fan culture rise and fandoms unite. Welcome to our pod, it's gonna be tight.
You're watching Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Kicking It with Onrie, the live shopping show. I'm your host, Onrie Copen, and with me tonight this afternoon is Mr. Bentley. He just had some food right now. He's got a big role to play in today's show, and I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas Eve. I hope you guys are all going to be surrounded by family and warmth and lots of gifts and goodness, all the great things that you all deserve because you're wonderful people, and I'm very blessed to have you all in my lives. All right, so prior to getting on the air, I stopped by at my local comic shop today and just bought stuff for me. I didn't buy anything for the shows because today we're going to be doing dollar bin diving, and I just wanted to share some of the things I picked up. I actually picked up other new comics too, but as far as back issues go, as I've mentioned to you guys, I've been on a hunt for all the 90s Spider-Man books that I used to read, and I found a big one here, Spider-Man Unlimited number 7 and 8. I've been hunting those down for a while, and I'm also hunting down Mr. J. Michael Straczynski's entire run on Amazing Spider-Man, so I bought a bunch of those, and that was all my back issue diving today. And what's really cool about a lot of these books is they're super cheap. You know, like I'm able to find a lot of them for really low prices. And here's another one I got. And then here are the new books. Half of the new books I got. The other half are upstairs. But I got the DCKO, the Lex Luthor versus the Demon. My money, honestly, is probably on Lex Luthor winning this one. It just screams Lex Luthor. Red Hood versus the Joker. I actually think Red Hood's got this. I think he's got this. Really been loving Detective Comics by Tom Taylor. What's up, Lorena? What's up, Phil? What's up, Chris Deiskell, Katrina? How you guys all doing? Skinbreaker. This is a great series. I got the Terminator. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I was actually a little late on this. My local shop didn't have it, so they had to reorder it for me. And then I've also been reading Justice League Unlimited. And upstairs I got Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, Amazing Spider-Man. What else did I get this week? Is there any Ultimate stuff that came out? Oh, the Doom book. There's a new Doom book, and it's after it's like the ramifications of the one world under Doom. So either way, I just want to let you guys know this is not even a part of my reading stack. My reading stack is just huge. Absolute Wonder Woman, definitely got that. Absolute Vodka. The other DCKO tie-in, which is actually no, I have the two KOs here. Yeah, they've been really good. Actually, the best one out of all of them was the Superman versus Captain Atom. That one I thought was really good. Zatanna and Harley Quinn, I was kind of like, yeah. And then Wonder Woman versus Lobo, I was really looking forward to that one. I was really disappointed. I was disappointed because, well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't read it, but I was really disappointed with the outcome of that. And let's see, what else? The Aquaman, Hawkman, that was. I mean, yeah, that was a pretty definitive battle. You wouldn't have thought it. Everybody always makes fun of Aquaman. Just read that book. I think Lobo should run for president too. All right. Well, we got a great show for you guys today. I have prepared. I was held at gunpoint by advertisers who wanted to advertise on this show, and we got a pretty full room right now. So I guess I should start off by showing these ads. But first, let me show you guys the comics we have on the bottom row here. As always, you spend $25 and you get to spin the wheel here. We're going to do wheel spins at the end of the show. Spend $50, and as long as you're located within the United States, I will hook you up with free shipping on your order. Dude, what's up, Mike Storm? How you doing, brother? All right. We're doing super cheap deals on all of these comics today. I have Infamous Iron Man number 8 going for just $3 this afternoon. $3 on this for Infamous Iron Man 8. Now, what makes this Iron Man different than any other Iron Man? this is the run where Doctor Doom becomes Iron Man, and here he's facing off with the Maker, who is Ultimate Reed Richards. So it's pretty interesting issue there. It's only going for $3. And then I got Strange #1. We got a Art Germ variant cover. This is going to go for $3. It was 15, then I brought it down to 10, then I brought it down to 5. Now it's 3 today. Wonder Hater, you're the Wonder Hater. So I guess we have to detour here for a minute. Tori and Joe are like really not big fans of the current Wonder Woman run, which I have every single issue of. It's the first Wonder Woman series I've read in a very long time. The one that I read prior to that was Greg Rucka's run, and I really enjoyed that. Tom King's run has been very different. It is definitely a deconstruction of the character. And as I listened to the breakdown of the series, it's, you know, I understand why people are not liking this, especially real fans of Wonder Woman. There is a lot of stuff that's glossed over, and a lot of stuff that just kind of feels like it's an attack on the opposite sex kind of a thing. And I felt that too reading it. Honestly, the best thing for me has been Daniel Sampire's artwork. I really like. Is it Daniel Sampire? Just the artist on it has been really, really good. So that's mainly the thing that keeps me attached to that book. And Tom is not a bad writer. Maybe not the best plotter for that ongoing series. Like if he was just doing his own Elseworlds Wonder Woman, maybe people would be a little bit less, inflamed by what he's doing, but or triggered by what he's doing. But he's not a bad writer. He actually he does a really good job of pacing and keeping things moving. I actually really enjoy his work. I'm reading his Batman simultaneously with this Wonder Woman. And the pacing on both those books is pretty good. I mean, you could just, you could read through those books really quickly, and the artwork on both titles is really good. So I know that's not Tom, but, you don't have the fiery hate that Joe does. All right, so I hurt your feelings. Why do I hurt your feelings? You got free shipping. We took care of you, buddy. When you just have to wait until you're in the U.S. again, and then I'll give them free shipping. You got delayed free shipping for Phil. Should hurt your feelings a lot less. Katrina, I got you on the Strange. So that's my thoughts. I mean, it's easy to like see an interview like that and be like, man, I really don't like everything he's doing. But the Mouse Man stuff's been fun. I actually like the Mouse Man stuff. But I mean, how hard is it to write a script where everything is Mouse Man knows, mice have ears, to say those lines, but I don't think that's what we're really supposed to be paying attention to, not the dialogue, but what's actually happening on the page and what's the deeper story that Tom is trying to tell there. I mean, you can read through that pretty quickly, but are you really paying attention to everything he's setting up there? And, it's just another tenure on a character. Some people are going to hate it while he's writing it and then look back on it and realize, hey, it wasn't that bad. And that was the same case with his Batman. I remember everybody was trashing his Batman, saying, oh man, his Batman's awful. I remember talking to retailers. I remember one retailer actually going out of their way to convince me not to read his Batman, which just made me want to read it even more. And, I wasn't particularly fond of it then, but then I look at all the things that he's done and how his run was actually pretty pivotal to what is currently happening in Batman. So I went back and I hunted down all those books because, they're relatively easy to find and they're cheap. And, it was great. I bought most of Tom's run through dollar bin diving. And I'm probably about a quarter of the way through it right now. And it's been fine. I wouldn't say it's like the greatest Batman run I've ever read, but it's certainly not the worst. And, I think that there's a lot of things that are definitely high notes in it, but I haven't read the whole thing yet. I haven't seen all the twists and turns and everything. So hard to say. And I kind of feel the same way about his Wonder Woman. So that's my thoughts. Yes, you are, but you are my most loyal. I love it. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate you being here. It really means a lot. I have Star Wars Obi-Wan #1 going for $3 right now. This is a super low price on this book, $3 for Star Wars Obi-Wan #1. Amazing Spider-Man #364. Really awesome cover here by Mr. Mark Bagley himself. Great battle between Spider-Man and Shocker, going for just $3 right now. This is a super cheap price on a really solid book that's been sitting in the collection for just too dang long now. Amazing Spider-Man 364. Get it for only $3 right now. That is a great deal on that book. Venom #200. Holy crap. I think this is the A cover here by Mr. Ryan Stegman. And this is going to go for just $3. Venom #35, or AKA 200. That's the legacy number. $3 on that. And we have a bunch of other variants for anybody who's interested. Wolverine #50. We got this cool die cut cover here by Mark Silvestri. If you open this up, it's really cool. What's your deal, Bentley? If you open this up, you see the die cut cover. How they cut this specific part out. That's really awesome. This is going to go for $3 as well. So $3 for Wolverine #50, written by Larry Hama, illustrated by Mr. Mark Silvestri. Pretty important issue actually, because Wolverine learns a lot about his past here, and this is before they did Origin and all that. It's really good. Did Wolverine himself cut that? I don't know. If he did, he had to do it a few 100,000 times. I don't remember how many issues of that book sold back then, but there was, comics in general sold well over 100,000 copies per issue back in the day, because there were less video games, less distractions, more people were reading. Now no one wants to read. I have Superman Red Sun #1 going for $5 today. This is a super awesome price for Superman Red Sun. This is great. $5 for issue 1. I've already had a lot of people snooping around and asking me about it. This is your chance. Don't miss it, because I'll tell you right now, I do not come across this book very often, and I don't come across it at that price. Hulk #6. This is the first appearance of the Titan Hulk. This is going to go for just $3 today. $3 for this issue for a key book. Doctor Strange #381. First appearance of Bats, the Astral Dog. This is going to go for $3 as well. $3 books. The only $5 book is Superman Red Sun so far. I have X-Men and Teen Titans. This crossover, I was doing it for $5. We'll do it for $3 today. It's Christmas Eve. Let's make some deals here. What If Venom? This is a what if story featuring Venom, combining with different characters in the Marvel universe aside from Eddie Brock. At one point, he is going to combine, but what is it? He's going to mix with all of these characters. All right, what if Venom is off the fill? That is going to go for $5. For the what if Venom. And then I got Ultimate Invasion #2. This is really awesome. If you've been reading the Ultimate comics, this is really, really awesome. I'm also going to do this one at $5. This is a 4-part series. It was written by Jonathan Hickman and illustrated by Brian Hitch. The idea of this run here is to establish the current Ultimate universe that's been going on with Marvel over the last 2 years now. And so basically what happens is the maker, who is the guy on the cover of that infamous Iron Man right there, he breaks out of a prison that he's being held in by the Illuminati, and he decides he's going to create his own universe. He invites Miles Morales to come join him, and Miles is like, hell nah! And so he leaves. And the maker starts building out his own universe, and that universe is what we're seeing in the current Ultimate world. So this is pretty pivotal stuff here. This is the second issue. It's going to go for just $5 today. I was charging 10. At this point, I just want to part ways with it, so it's 5 on this. And then I got Ghostbusters Dead Man's Chest #1. This is going to go for $5, which is just the cover price of it. $5 on this. And then I have Avengers #369. We got an embossed cover here that's going to go for $3. $3 on this. And then up top, we got some cool stuff here. I have The Many Deaths of Batman, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. This is written by John Byrne and illustrated by Jim Aparo. And it's issues 433 through 435. This is a really great run of Batman books right here. I really love this run. I think you guys will too. If it's written by John Byrne, you really can't go wrong with the team here. Great murder mystery. I don't even remember who did it. So, but I did read this like last year and I really did enjoy it. I'm going to do this set for $10. So it's $10 for the Batman's 433 through 435. And then I have Superman Strength. I have the full run of that. That's parts 1, 2, and 3. And it's written by Scott McCloud. He's the guy who wrote a book called Understanding Comics, which explains comics for anybody who is interested in basically, working in the medium or just in general understanding the medium. Very brilliant guy, and he wrote this awesome Superman run here, which is going to go for $10 as well. So the Batman and the Superman, 10 apiece on that. Red Sun is called by Lorena. That's a brilliant call there, Lorena. Nice job. And then finally, I have X-Men #4. This is the first appearance of Omega Red. I was selling this at $150 and I dropped it down to $100 for this week only. I'm going to do it at $100, or sorry, not $100, $50. So it's $50 for this. Are you interested? Let me know. It's $50 and it's yours. $50 for this graded book right here, 9.0. X-Men #4, first appearance of Omega Red. Get it for $50. You can tell everybody you got a stupid good deal on it while watching Kickin. Okay, one second here, guys. I have New Mutants #100. This is the first appearance of the X-Force, and it's going to go for $3. Nomad #1 is going to go for $3. And Dark Knight's Death Metal Rise of the New God #1 is $3. Super cheap prices on these books. All right, now before we go dollar bin diving, I am now obligated to show off all of these commercials that I had to make for my advertisers. So it's not funny. It's really boring, but just don't tune out. Just watch. Okay.
Hey, you! Are you tired of going to conventions, eating a bunch of delicious, overpriced confectionaries, and then realizing, oh boy, I gotta drop a deuce? You wait in a long line to get to the bathroom, making sure the turtle's head doesn't pop, only to get to the stall and realize, sweet merciful heavens, did the person before me ever learn to wipe? Unfortunately, the answer is probably no, which is why the Brain Trust at Reliable wants you to know that we got your back. Or should we say bum? Just kidding, but not really. Reliable. You can rely on us to rely on you. All other figures sold separately.
Hey, Anthony, how about we show these idiots the trailer for the new Avengers movie? Oh, that's a great idea, Joe. We'll go do that right now. If you look close enough, you might see Dr. Doom's left testicle.
Why, hello there, Mr. Dog. Are you a hungry little dog? Of course you are. Well, good news for you, little puppers. Have you ever heard of a little thing called Meow Mix? Well, you're in luck, because now for the first time ever, we're bringing out Meow Mix for dogs. Our special recipe is illegal in over 47 countries worldwide and is only available in communist countries like Canada and Russia. So if you want the best for your dog, then... Whoa, whoa, whoa there, kitty. Meow Mix for dogs with attitude. Does your back hurt? How about your legs? Your mouth? How about your dignity? There's a new drug on the market that is about to change everything. We discovered it while rummaging through garbage in various landfills throughout the country. We also bribed every medical facility in the nation to stock it so that you can ask for it. The name of this drug? Super easy to remember. Brandark Spike and Suckendo P. A way forward for a better something.
У нас холодец самый лучший в мире. Вы не понимаете, какой хороший холодец продается из России, от Советского Союза. Ты покупаешь здесь, в Америке, это все говно, но ты можешь покупать, и особенно ты можешь горчицу кушать, и все будет очень вкусно. Пожалуйста, попробуйте.
They made me do it. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, we got dollar books here. Let's just pretend we didn't see any of that. Why are we watching? Hey, we're on my network. I need to make a little money because no one's buying enough comics here. So I had to sell advertising space. And part of the deal was I had to make the commercials. And you can imagine that the pharmacy company really hooked it up with the money. All right. Anyway, who is they? Just whoever they are. They. All right. I have Terminator Revolution number 2, number 3, and number 5. It's going to go for $3. Pablo, Feliz Navidad, my brother. How's it going, dude? I got Superboy number 12. That's going to go for $1. Got to make money. That's it. See, Lorena gets it. We got the Spectacular Sergeant Rock, 80 pages by Joe Kubert. Not sure which issue this is because it doesn't say. It just says number 13. So it's $1 on that. Superboy is off to Lorena. And Phil Bergusa, you wanted more Superman. Well, I got Superman right here. I got Superman Strength, the entire run here by Mr. Scott McCloud. We got all 3 issues going for $10 if you want it. Let me know. Sergeant Rock, off to Lorena. What do I think of Avengers Doomsday? I'm super excited about Avengers Doomsday. I'm not very happy with how we're getting misled with all these teaser trailers and everything. I'm I kind of addressed that just now. Did you guys like that? All right, I got X-Men God Loves, Man Kills, the extended cut going for $1. This is issue 1 of 2. Get that for $1. I have Elektra, Root of Evil by D.G. Chichester, one of the guys I got a chance to meet this year. He's really awesome. And Boss cover, too. It's going to go for $1. I have Mandrake the Magician, number 1. That's going to go for $1. Yep, Tony is Doom. That is right. Shadows and Light, number 1. That's going to go for $1. The Flash, number 19. That's going to go for $1. Hang on just a sec, guys. Okay. Legends of the Dark Knight number 56 is going to go for $1. Wolverine number 57, 59, that's going to go for $2. Star Wars 50 is $1. This is crazy. I can't believe we're doing this. These are all books I bought at $1. I'm basically just trying to get my money back because, They haven't been selling. This is overstock. Stuff I bought months ago. I'll go in for $1 a pop. Jack of Fables, number 6. Is this number 6? Or is this from number 6? Jack of Fables 1? Yeah, it's 1. Going for $1. I don't have any Absolute Batman that isn't issues 1 or 15 right now. But I do have Absolute Batman 1 and 15. I have plenty of both of them. Just holding on to it. Totally, Jay. Jay, did you see my string of commercials just now? If Jay didn't see it, then we have to air it again for Jay. Dark Knight's Metal number 2 is going to go for $1. Doom Patrol number 24 is $1. And 25 is $1. So that's $2 on those. Actually, hold on. You know what, Pablo? I do have an Absolute Batman number 7 upstairs. He didn't see it. All right. Well, hey, I'm going to go get that Absolute Batman 7 for Pablo. And while I do that, I'm going to air these commercials again for you guys so Jay can see it. All right? Pay attention. This is important. Shut up. Pay attention. Shut up. Pay attention.
Hey, you! Are you tired of going to conventions, eating a bunch of delicious, overpriced confectionaries, and then realizing, oh boy, I gotta drop a deuce? You wait in a long line to get to the bathroom, making sure the turtle's head doesn't pop, only to get to the stall and realize, sweet merciful heavens, did the person before me ever learn to wipe?
Unfortunately, the answer is probably no, which is why the Brain Trust at Reliable wants you to know that we got your back. Or should we say bum? Just kidding, but not really.
Reliable. You can rely on us to rely on you.
All other figures sold separately.
Hey, Anthony, how about we show these idiots the trailer for the new Avengers movie? Oh, that's a great idea, Joe. We'll go do that right now. If you look close enough, you might see Dr. Doom's left testicle.
Why, hello there, Mr. Dog. Are you a hungry little dog? Of course you are. Well, good news for you, little puppers. Have you ever heard of a little thing called Meow Mix? Well, you're in luck, because now for the first time ever, we're bringing out Meow Mix for dogs. Our special recipe is illegal in over 47 countries worldwide and is only available in communist countries like Canada and Russia. So if you want the best for your dog, then... Whoa, whoa, whoa there, kitty. Meow Mix for dogs with attitude. Does your back hurt? How about your legs? Your mouth? How about your dignity? There's a new drug on the market that is about to change everything. We discovered it while rummaging through garbage in various landfills throughout the country. We also bribed every medical facility in the nation to stock it so that you can ask for it. The name of this drug? Super easy to remember. Brandark Spike and Suckendo P. A way forward for a better something.
У нас холодец самый лучший в мире. Вы не понимаете, какой хороший холодец продается из России, от Советского Союза. Ты покупаешь здесь, в Америке, это все говно, но ты можешь покупать, и особенно ты можешь с горчицей кушать, и все будет очень вкусно. Пожалуйста, попробуйте.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, you guys all had to go through that. That was actually why I was busy all day yesterday. It took me like 5 hours to put all that together for you guys. I kid you not. Pablo, I did find a first printing of Absolute Batman number 8. I've been holding on to this for a while. I'm going to do it today for $15 is what I'm seeing it on eBay. You know, since you're my dude and you help me out with my Kickstarter, how about we do it at 10? and it's yours. Let me know if you're interested in Absolute Batman number 8, first printing. And then I got Fantastic Four number 1 special edition going for $1. You're not an agent of the motherland, huh? All right, we got a deal. Awesome. Sweet. I did not expect to sell that book. I accidentally bought this twice, and I'm like, oh, shit, what am I going to do? This is the year of Absolute Batman. God bless that book. And Pablo, did you get all your stuff, by the way, all your Kickstarter stuff? I hope all that arrived. I mean, I'm assuming it did, but I don't think I ever followed up with you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Jay. At least somebody appreciates my efforts. Everybody else is just a freeloader who wants to come here and buy comics on the cheap. At least I know my producer's got my back. Sip. All right. FF number 1 off to Lorena. Lorena, you got such a crazy deal on that Absolute Batman number 1. When I was talking with Kyle this morning, he told me that a copy of Absolute Batman number 1 first printing sold for $300 on eBay recently. So I just sold you a copy at $50. Can you imagine? $300 for that book. You got a deal. No worries, it's okay. And Dark Metal. Luckily, I bought a whole bunch of Absolute Batmans because I have a lot of faith in that series, and it's clearly paying off. It's a great book. No, absolutely. That was sort of like my welcome back to Kickin' It thing. And at the time that I sold it, it really was worth about like $100. I did look before I put it up there, and I'm just like, you know what? I bought this book at cover price. If I sell it for $50, I'm still coming out way ahead on that. And I'm glad that you were able to save too and get yourself a copy. That's awesome. Yeah, you got the Jim Lee one. I still have my Jim Lee one. I have a foil. I have the Noir edition. I have a whole bunch of these, but I'm just kind of waiting. I don't know. I should probably start selling off this stuff, but we'll see. Maybe I'll bring out another Absolute Batman. Definitely not going to sell it for $50 though. All right, I have Batman 138 and 139 from Chip Zdarsky's run. This is one of my favorite Batman runs ever. I really, really enjoy this. It's going to go for $2. And again, I was able to appreciate this, but I think reading Tom King's run of Batman is allowing me to appreciate this more in retrospect. It's a really great run of books, and I really love Jorge Jimenez's artwork on that. All right, we got the Century number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. And this is going to go for... No, I didn't ship it out yet. I suck. This is going to go for $6. I didn't ship it out yet because I've been a lazy asshole. So I will ship it out, sometime soon. By the end of this week, I'll ship it out for you. So probably like Friday, I'll send it out. It's probably better that I wait anyway, just because of how crazy things are with the holidays. So if you want, we can also just kind of wait, and I can ship everything together in one big box. Like that's not a problem either. We can do it all in one big shot thing. Wolverine number 3 is going to go for $1. Brutally Honest Onrie. That's right. Yes, that Absolute Batman 2. So here's what the deal was with that. I was at Graham Crackers going through their dollar bins, and I found a big stack of Absolute Batman number 2s that they couldn't sell it. It was overstock at that point. It was just sitting on the racks, and now issue 3 was coming out, issue 4. It's like, what do they do with it? They throw it in the dollar bin because they have so much stuff, right? So I was able to just grab it, and I thought to myself, you know what? Rather than try and flip these and sell them for like $10 or more and sit on it for a while, why not just sell them for $2? If I bought it for 1, sell it for 2. I'll do that for you guys always, when I can. When I see that there's an opportunity to really make money, well, then, that's another thing. But that was one of those rare opportunities where I was like, this is going to make for an interesting show. What's up, Joe? How you doing, man? Been a long time. Oh, you're in Texas. Okay, great. Where in Texas are you, Lorena? You're in my time zone now. You're in my time zone neck of the woods now. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Not you, Lorena, not anybody else. Son of a bitch, because everywhere I go, all I need is Quasar number 7. Fucking Quasar number 7. And no matter where I go, I've looked through every single book I have in my collection. I've gone to various comic shops. I found Quasar number 6, and I found Quasar number freaking 8, but not freaking 7. The one I need, I do not have. Now, why do I care about Quasar number 7? It's because it's part of the Cosmic Adventures of Spider-Man. So I need that issue. And of course, I can't fucking find it right now to save anything. God damn it. This is the Christmas Eve fucking show, and I can't fucking find it. Fuck. All right, anyway. Quasar number 8 is going to go for $1. Oh, boy. Yeah, I already did hit the LCS today. I'll show you what I got. I have more stuff too. But here's what I got. And you want to know who the first person who let me know about KO was Mike Storm. We were actually chatting when I came into Tampa earlier this year for Tampa Comic Con. He's the one who made me aware of it. So I got Justice League Unlimited number 14, the Terminator Christmas special. Skinbreaker number 4. This is really great. Detective Comics number 1104. I really, really love this run. Red Hood versus the Joker, part of the KO stuff. Lex Luthor versus the Demon. And then I bought a bunch of back issues of Spider-Man. I recently finished collecting, I'm coming near. I would say I'm probably like 90% done collecting my 90s Spidey run stuff. But I found these 2 Spider-Man Unlimiteds, and I remember when this book came out. This one had a really sad story. These are both really good books. And then I started putting together my J. Michael Straczynski run because I had so much of it. So I bought a bunch of those issues today too, just back issue bin diving. And doing the same thing you guys are doing right now, just looking through stuff and seeing what's out there. What's up, Zach? How you doing, dude? Good to see you. You know who I think would really appreciate the commercials I made is Eddie. Unfortunately, Eddie's not here to appreciate everything. But if you could get Eddie in the room, I'll share those commercials again. I know you guys probably don't want to see him again, but kiss my ass. All right, I have X-Men Phoenix number 1. That's going to go for $1. Night Force number 2 is going to go for $1. Number 3 is going for $1. Number 4 is going for $1. Number 5 is going for $1. You get it all for $4. $4 for all of the Night Force books. 2 through 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. You're just missing issue number 1. The question number 25 is $1. Oh, he's getting much needed sleep right now? Well, he's missing out on much needed comedy right now, too. Sorry. That's terrible. I shouldn't do that. Shouldn't say that. All right. We got the question 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29, and number 30, and the number 1 annual, and the number 2 annual. Now, you might have a question. Yeah, sleep is better than. Come on, Katrina. Those commercials were great. That was great. You stop insulting me. Now, I have a question for you guys now, though. Or you might have a question. How much am I going to sell these question books for? Well, I got an answer for you. they're $1 a piece. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 question books here, and I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to knock the price down to $5. If you want all these question books, it's $5 now. Get them out of here. No, I'm not going to stop being your friend in the new year. I'm going to keep you. Remember, Katrina, you keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Okay? Remember that. They teach you that in the Russian mob. Keep him closer so that you may kill them. When the time is right. All right. All-Star Squadron number 50 is $1. Phoenix Resurrection 5 is $1. Stupid Quasar number 8. It's staring me at the face and it's laughing at me. It's like, it's just laughing at me. Old Man Logan, yeah, that's a nervous laugh from Katrina right there. Old Man Logan 16 and 41 is going to go for just $2. I answered the question that you guys had about the question. Now you have no more questions about the question. Either you buy it or you don't. All right, Phil is taking those question books. He will have the answer. Ask and thou shalt receive. Awesome. Vamps, number 2 of 6, $1. American Vampire, number 4 is $1. Legion of Superheroes, $279, $299. You get them both for $2. Luke Cage Power Man, number 33 is $1. Suicide Squad, number 4. We got a variant cover here. That's going to go for $1. Dissension War Eternal, number 1 is $1. You do? Oh my gosh. How much do I owe you for it? I'm actually looking for a couple other things, Ken. Let me know if you got it. I am looking for Maximum Clonage Alpha and Omega. It's a Spider-Man thing. And Spectacular Spider-Man number 222. And if you have any issues of Maximum Carnage, I'm looking for Web of Spider-Man 102, 103. And Spectacular Spider-Man number, let's see. Spectacular Spider-Man number 201, 202, 222, 223, and 234. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Ken, I'll message you later, and I'll let you know what I'm looking for, because I'll totally take it from you, but I don't want to just buy Quasar 7 and like have you send it to me. If you got other books that I'm hunting for, I would love to, pick those off from you too. So I'll message you. I know you're not going to make a note of all this. Yes, Matt. Well, I'm looking for Maximum Clonage and Maximum Carnage. So I'm trying to put both those runs together. I'm getting all the terrible 90s Spider-Man stuff. I'm filling up my entire run. It's going to drive Tori crazy. All right, I got Marvel Team Up 23 going for $1. Elektra number 6 is $1. Spider-Gwen number 23 and number 28, that's going to go for $2. That Marvel Team Up, by the way, it's written by Robert Kirkman. That was like one of the biggest things he did at Marvel. And when they announced that Robert Downey Jr. was playing Doctor Doom, the first appearance of Titanus also like shot up in value, and I sold that and something else for like super cheap that day because I didn't have a chance to reprice it. Well, yeah, Mike, we're both Spider-Man guys, dude. Like here's and it all started when I was in Minneapolis. So the dealer that was across from me at Twin Cities Con had a shit ton of Mark Bagley Spider-Man books. So I just started picking them out. I'm like, these are all $1. Like, shit, I've got like at least 30 to 40% of his run just here at $1 a pop. I'm like, all right, fuck this. And I put together all of Bagley's run. But the thing is that in the 90s Spider-Man titles, they went over to different, there were 4 different Spider-Man titles that were all crossing over. So there was Web of Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Regular Spider-Man. And they were crossing over pretty regularly in the 90s throughout the Clone Saga, especially. Like, it started off kind of light. They would have Amazing and Spectacular crossover, and then Web and Regular crossover, and it was kind of divided at that point between Peter Parker having Amazing and Spectacular and Ben Reilly and Web of and the regular Spider-Man. But then it quickly became a bigger deal, especially once they reintroduced the Jackal into the mix. And I mean, I was growing up reading that stuff, and that was, man, every week I was going to the comic shop. Every week I was like, plugged into what was going on. And, I let go of a lot of those books, especially when I first started doing this stuff, when I first started reselling. But I recently decided to go back and buy up all those books. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I just saw that and I'm like, shit, I got to have all these books now. That is the worst thing about being a comics dealer, is you just want to own everything. Who's in the team up? Let's take a look. It looks like it's Wolverine and Iron Spider. So Wolverine and Iron Man fighting, Wolverine and Spider-Man fighting Titanus. Hey, happy Hanukkah to you too, Ken. Thanks, brother. I have Hawkman, number 11, and number 12, and number 13. This looks like an interesting run. I mean, Brian Hitch on here, you really can't go wrong with this guy. He's just a solid artist. If you want to grab all three of these, it's just $3 for these Hawkmans. Devil's Reign, Villains for Hire, number 2 is $1. Got Firepower, number 3, going for $1. X-Men number 17 is going for $1. This is from Jonathan Hickman's run. Ultimates 8, it's a Civil War II tie-in. So if you read Civil War II, you kind of have to read this in order to get the whole story. And number 10. I did read Civil War II. It was basically Minority Report with superheroes. Not a bad thing, by the way. It was actually really fun. So what happens is there's this Inhuman named Ulysses who predicts a supervillain attack. And the attack, oh, shoot, Max is calling me. Give me just 1 second. I'm sorry. Hey, Max.
Hi, Papa.
How you doing?
I'm good. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes, I can send a picture of Bentley. I'm on the air right now. Is there anything urgent? No? All right, I'll call you in an hour, okay? And I'll send you a picture of Bentley. All right. I'll send it to you now. Sorry, guys. Max never calls, so if he calls me, that's one of the things I always do. I don't care what happens. If Max calls me, I immediately pick up the phone no matter what I'm doing. So hold on just a second here. They want to see pictures of Bentley. Here's 2 pictures of Bentley. Well, just trying, Yes, that is an Electra on the rack there. I have Electra 6, and I had another Electra Brood of Evil. One of both, it's $2. We're doing dollar bin dot. Kids are in Canada until the end of the week. So I will have them after as of Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to getting them back home with me. Yes, he does. Proof of life. I didn't kill the dog. Dark Horse presents Dr. Spin number 115. That's going to go for $1. Amazon's Attack number 1 is $1. Spider-Woman number 15, 16, 17, and 18. If you want all of them, that's $4. Yeah, of course they're urgent. Well, it was actually Alan asking for him, not Max. Max doesn't care. It was Alan who was asking. I have Future State Gotham number 12 going for $1. Okay, so the CGC is off to Phil at 50. Thank you, Phil. That's awesome. Thank you very much. First, Omega Red. Thank you, sir. I do miss my henchmen. I mean, how can I not? I always miss them. We're gonna be spending time together on New Year's, so that's great. We got plans for New Year's just to hang out. So I'm excited about that. And we're just gonna be playing video games and hanging out and eating food. So I'm gonna be eating food too after today. I haven't actually eaten today yet, which is my fault. I was busy. I got a new not a shoe bench, but like an entryway piece from Amazon, and I had to put it together. So while I was putting it together, I just sort of didn't have to eat because as soon as I was done, it's like one of those things. I think my ADD kicked in because like as soon as it came in, it was like I have to get this put together, and get it. It's a shoe rack, but it's also a bench and it's a coat hanger too. So it's like all three of these things. Plus it has like some drawers on it. It's a really tiny piece. It only took an hour to put together, but I wasn't expecting it to come until Friday. It came today, and I'm just like, well, shit, it's here. I'll just put it together real quick. So put it together, and then I had to move some other furniture. I had to move the old shoe rack out of the way, and then do this, do that, and then go buy comics, go get gas. So I haven't actually eaten yet today. So it's all right. I'm going to take care of myself after this. As you can see, I probably could go a couple weeks without eating, and nothing would happen. We got the NAM number 14 going for $1. Yes. Just for that, I'm going to air the commercial one more time. Commercials with an S at the end one more time before we're done today. It's a makeshift closet. Yeah, sometimes it's funny because like the other shoe rack that I got, so I got two of them. The first one I got was just too small. And it was too deep to like you'd put your shoes in, but you'd have to like bend down to get them. You couldn't just like slip your feet through the shoes and get them. And so what ended up happening was I called up the company and I said, I just want to make a return. And they were like, okay, we got you. They sent me a shipping label. And then they're like, hey, we'll give you $50 back if you just keep it. And I'm like, well, I don't have any use for this thing. And they're like, well, neither do we. We can't sell it, so just keep it. And I'm like, all right, I'm keeping it. I mean, it sucks. I could easily just, take it apart and just send it back to them, but they can't sell it anyway. So I decided to try and make some use out of it. So it's just, when you get new furniture and things like that, it's just moving things around. And the thing that really sucks, I love shopping on Amazon because it's convenient. But I really miss going into furniture stores and actually seeing what I'm getting and being able to measure it out. I mean, you can still measure it out on Amazon, but seeing is believing, I guess. I don't know. I just have to. Sometimes I have to see it in order to understand where it belongs. The Jim Lee interview. Did you see the Jim Lee interview? Katrina really doesn't want to see my commercials. You didn't like Meow Mix for dogs? All right, I got Uncanny X-Men 263, 322, 369, 370, and 371, and 385. You like the Jim Lee interview? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do all 6 of these X-Men books for $5. Really? You thought the Jim Lee one was the best one? My favorite was the Mark Bagley. I got to be honest with you. You're at 60 right now, Phil. Sandman, I actually really liked the Neil Gaiman one too. I was really proud of the Neil Gaiman one. Sandman Mystery Theater number 15 is $1. I have number 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. No one is saying anything about the Russian one. I totally just went all Russian there, You probably have no idea what I'm talking about there either. I'll do all 6 of these Sandman books for $5. 6 Sandman books for $5 if you buy the bundle set from me. Oh, with the Jim Lee one? Yeah. New Mutants number 46 is going to go for $1. One of my favorite commercials that I did this year was for Jay Burns. Do you guys remember this one? I don't know if you guys remember this commercial.
Have you shopped with Onrie and not gotten your spin after spending $25? Were you promised free swag and never got it? Well, you may be entitled to compensation. Jay Burns Esquire is here to get the job done and lay the smackdown on Onrie. Just call 1-800-HOT-BURN to feel the burn. Proof, as they say, is in the pudding. Here's what one of our clients had to say. Boy, are my lips chappy. I could really go for some chapstick right about now. If you got a problem and lots of money, call Jay.
I'm really proud of that. And especially since Jay is hanging here, it's like you guys know that you're covered right now. A little Christmas bonus is that Jay is going to provide his services for free for the next hour and 2 minutes. Oh, Mentos? Yeah, I will do it. Phil, you have inspired a lot of stuff too. Phil actually inspired our Will Smith booting this year. Do you guys remember that? You got the court booting.
I will have order in this courtroom. Okay? Now, how does the defendant plead? Not guilty, Your Honor. I raised the funds of against me Jewish lawyer, who turned around and sued back Will Jada and Jaden Smith for being a bunch of buttholes. Yeah, and Fantastic Four still sucks. So now I'm making a motion to give them all a booting. Well, then let's bring this to a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Well, that settles it. Case dismissed. The voting may now proceed. And now, wait a minute. This is how the court system works. I played a lawyer in a movie once, and I'm thinking, who's funny now, Will Scrotum Smith? How many testicles you got now, you testicle? And by the way, boot is spelled with a B, not a V, you bejoiner. Well, now that that's over and done with, I'm actually feeling pretty funny again, guys. Hey, stop me if you heard this joke before. Will Smith should worry less about whose mouth his wife's name is in, and more about who's in his wife's mouth. Now that's a good one. See you later, babies.
So what inspired that was the actual thing that happened to me. I was at Denver Comic Con, and the show ended, and I went to a bar with a bunch of friends, and I sat down with them and I made a joke, and it's one of my favorite jokes. It's a Jewish joke, and I'm going to tell it to you guys because I'm Jewish. Okay, so it's all right, but kid goes up to his dad. Jewish kid goes up to his dad and he says, "Dad, can I borrow $50?" And his dad says, "$40? What do you need $30 for?" So I told that joke, and everybody's looking at me like, "That's not funny. That wasn't funny." Like they almost looked like they were offended. And I was like, "It works every other time." I told it that, and then it just didn't work. It didn't land. It didn't sink or anything. That's when you heard the crickets. And I was like, what the fuck happened here? So I figured I just lost my comedic magic. The magic touch was gone. But then, I was thinking about bringing back bootings, and I'm like, what if people just don't find this funny? Like, I shouldn't do this. Like, this is a waste of time. And then Phil was like, you should have Will Smith get booted. And I was like, all right. So Will Smith kind of like was the veneer of everything, but there was a real true story. Every single one of the Spawn bootings has some truth to it. Your girlfriend is German, so chill out. Yes. Yeah, that was me. That's all me doing all those voices and everything. I don't spend a single cent on any of that. I just spend an incredible amount of my own personal time putting these together. Because it makes the shows more fun. Like, look, guys, when I go to cons, that's where I'm focused and I'm making money because I'm focused on selling Warline and Yisun Shin and doing all that. I'm here with you guys right now because I want you to have a good time. I want everything that starts off at the I want the comic convention experience to be the beginning of our relationship so that we can continue here when I'm at home and, not traveling, and, I can be here and share stuff with you guys. So, and speaking of sharing stuff with you guys, it is FOMO time. Here's another video for you to let you know what FOMO is if you haven't seen this video 500 fucking times.
It's FOMO time!
Is that an acronym for me getting a chance to play the Flash again? Oh, that's what it means. It was a good Flash! No one wants to play Flash comics on Onrie show because of me! And I can't buy comics either because I'm a big weenie!
Oh my God, like, shut up already.
One thing I can promise you guys is I'll never, ever use AI to make any of these videos until I do. And then I'll deny it for as long as I can in there. Okay, I have Captain America number 277. We got Cap as a prisoner of Baron Zemo. And there's some tentacles coming out at him. This is going to go for $5. Mike Zeck cover too, by the way. And I believe interiors as well. G.I. Joe number 63, $5 on this. Classic X-Men number 1 is going to go for $5 right now. Giant-sized cops. You want to see my giant-sized cop? It's only $5. $5 for the admission. Avengers number 1, the start of George Perez and Kurt Busiek's run on Avengers is going to go for $5. The Max number 1 is going to go for $5. And one of my favorite Spider-Man stories, Soul of the Hunter, which is a follow-up to Kraven's Last Hunt. If you've read Kraven's Last Hunt, I highly recommend jumping on this. It's the same team coming on to tell the sequel to that same story. It's important. It's a great story. Very emotional. It's going to go for $5. The Soul of the Hunter. Basically, Kraven's soul is in danger of being dragged into hell, and Spider-Man's trying to save him, even though he's dead. It's a good story. And then I have the Punisher Wolverine African Saga, which is by Carl Potts and Jim Lee. This is a 2-part story where Punisher and Wolverine face off. So we got $5 FOMO up top here and a bunch of dollar books. Let me know if you guys are interested in anything I have showcased. Give you guys a second here. Classic X-Men is off the bill. That's a beautiful Arthur Adams cover, by the way. Love Arthur Adams. I've been hunting down some Fantastic Four books he's been doing. I've actually sold a couple of those books to Mike. Mike, you got issues 348 for me or something, 348, 349. I'm actually looking to get those books again for my personal collection because I've been reading a ton of Fantastic Four. I'm on a Fantastic Four kick, as some might say. If anybody's interested, I am doing this rack here for $15. $15 on this rack. If you want to add on the rest of this rack here, I'll do it for, let's say, $20. $20 for all the dollar books on the racks, minus the FOMO books. Got another slabby slab here for you guys. Captain America number 25. This is the first appearance of Sam Wilson as Captain America. It's also going for $50 today. 50 on this as well. Give you guys just a second here. No one likes Sam Wilson. Poor Sam. I don't see why it's such a big deal. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's so lame that they're bringing back Steve Rogers." Like, no, it's not. Steve Rogers, like, he's in the comics now too, and so is Sam Wilson. There can be two Captain Americas. All right, I'm taking all the dollar books down. If anybody's interested in grabbing the dollar books, let me know. The next time you see these books, I'm going to be honest with you, I might mark them back up to $2 a pop. So this is one of my one and done deals here. Try and move some old inventory out of here. But we'll be doing more dollar books next week as we get into New Year's. I'm also going to be gearing up for my first convention of the 2026 season. I'll be out in New Orleans for Fan Expo. I just bought my plane ticket today and got my hotel and my car and everything. So looking forward to that. It's going to be an interesting start to the year. Yeah, FF348. I think, honestly, it's obvious that Steve Rogers is the superior Captain America to Sam Wilson. Sam falls in the shadow of Cap. And I think that was the danger of making him Captain America in the first place. They should have never done that. He was always Falcon. Just leave him as Falcon. And the reason why I say that is because now there's always going to be a pissing match between the two characters, and it's fucking stupid as shit. You know, like, it's the dumbest thing. They're both captains. You know, in the military, there's multiple generals and multiple lieutenants and multiple captains too. So why the hell does there have to be one Captain America? Why can't there be several Captain Americas? In fact, there are several Captain Americas. It's not a big fucking deal. In fact, the Winter Soldier was Captain America. No one's talking about that. He was a great Captain America, by the way. I loved when Bucky became Captain America. That was the best. That was during Brubaker's reign. Batman 89 Echoes #6 is going to go for $1. We got Logan #3 of 3. It's a noir edition. It's going to go for $1. I love Sam as Captain America, to be honest with you. I think they did it on the Falcon and Winter Soldier. That last episode of that show was really amazing. I really loved that. That's where Sam showed that he had what it took to become Captain America. That was a great show. Great end to everything. The movie, I think, was just too telegraphed for everybody. If we just didn't know anything about that movie, no one would be complaining about it at all. That's all I'm going to say. Original Sin Avengers #32 is going to go for $1. Daredevil and Echo #2 is $1. We have Demons #2 by Scott Snyder. $1 on that. Detective Comics $5.99 is $1. Uncanny Avengers #9. That's going to go for $1. Marvel Tales 181 is $1. No one talks about Bucky Cap at all because everything has to be so polarized between Sam and Steve. It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. The perfect medium between both of them is Bucky being Cap again. That's what they should do. They should just kill Sam and Steve and be like, Bucky's your new Cap. Fuck you. Eat shit. There you go. Enjoy the next Avengers movie. You can't play with nice things. They're just going to take away all the toys. Dead Man number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. And then, of course, everybody's going to bitch after that. As if they ever read the comics. Like, everybody who is complaining right now online does not read the comics. Period. They don't read the comics. The fact that Steve Rogers is being brought back, we don't even know why he's being brought back yet. He could be Hydra Cap. But my feeling, here's my theory. My theory is Doctor Doom is going around and destroying different universes and correcting all the inaccuracies in various universes. And when Steve went back in time, that was a malfunction of the timeline. So he is going to kidnap Steve Rogers' kid, which is going to force Steve out of retirement. The same thing I think is going to happen for Thor. I think Thor's daughter, Love, is going to get kidnapped. And Franklin Richards gets kidnapped at the end of the Fantastic Four movie when you see Dr. Doom there. So all the heroes are brought together because they're trying to save their kids. And the other heroes have had their universes completely destroyed. So my theory is that Doom completely destroys Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe because it's irrelevant. He destroys the X-Men universe, which is also irrelevant. They all end up on Battle World to like basically fight for, you know, who gets to live, essentially. And all these characters are basically pitted against one another. And Doom is sort of like the overseer of it all. That's my theory. All right, Detective Comics. All right, so we got the Dead Man's going for $4. I'm sorry, Phil, I'm not following what you meant by Deadpool 2. What happened at the end of Deadpool 2? Oh, yeah, with Cable, because of all the different timelines. Yeah, something like that. Who cares if he can wield Mjolnir? He can wield my nuts if he wants. Heck, no, he can't, because I don't want him holding my nuts. He's not worthy of that. I mean, I don't want him holding my nuts. When we're talking about Avengers Doomsday here, let's just stay on topic, okay? Keep my balls out of it. John Walker, I don't think anybody's forgotten about John Walker. He's certainly like had a pretty pivotal role in the Thunderbolts movie. I mean, you know, he's getting a lot of attention. He's just, you know, he's Diet Cap. I did bring up the nuts. I did. Hellballsers. Yes, that was all my fault, Brandon. I'm sorry. Gods of War number 4 is $1. All New Wolverine number 10 is $1. Steve Rogers Captain America, we're talking about it. This is the Hydra Cap run here. All New Captain America, or sorry, Steve Rogers Captain America number 5 is $1. And this is a great run. Okay, Eddie's in the house. We have to air the commercials. Eddie's here. Shush, shut the fuck up, okay? Just shush. Eddie's here. We have to do it.
Hey, you! Are you tired of going to conventions, eating a bunch of delicious, overpriced confectionaries, and then realizing, oh boy, I gotta drop a deuce? You wait in a long line to get to the bathroom, making sure the turtle's head doesn't pop, only to get to the stall and realize, sweet merciful heavens, did the person before me ever learn to wipe?
Unfortunately, the answer is probably no.
Which is why the Brain Trust at Reliable wants you to know that we got your back. Or should we say bum? Just kidding, but not really. Reliable. You can rely on us to rely on you.
All other figures sold separately.
Hey, Anthony, how about we show these idiots the trailer for the new Avengers movie? Oh, that's a great idea, Joe. We'll go do that right now. If you look close enough, you might see Dr. Doom's left testicle.
Why, hello there, Mr. Dog. Are you a hungry little dog? Of course you are. Well, good news for you, little puppers. Have you ever heard of a little thing called Meow Mix? Well, you're in luck, because now for the first time ever, we're bringing out Meow Mix for dogs. Our special recipe is illegal in over 47 countries worldwide and is only available in communist countries like Canada and Russia. So if you want the best for your dog, then... Whoa, whoa, whoa there, kitty. Meow Mix for dogs with attitude. Does your back hurt? How about your legs? Your mouth? How about your dignity? There's a new drug on the market that is about to change everything. We discovered it while rummaging through garbage in various landfills throughout the country. We also bribed every medical facility in the nation to stock it so that you can ask for it. The name of this drug? Super easy to remember. Brandark's Ficon Secendo P. A way forward for a better something.
У нас холодец самый лучший в мире. Вы не понимаете, какой хороший холодец продается из России, от Советского Союза. Ты покупаешь здесь, в Америке, это все говно, но ты можешь покупать, и особенно ты можешь с горчицей кушать, и все будет очень вкусно. Пожалуйста, попробуйте.
That's the last time I'll hear it. I think my my advertisers are happy. They gave him plenty of airspace. Oh, all right. Night Terrors Action Comics 2 is going to go for $1. Dark Horse Presents 77, 78, number 80. That's going to go for just $3. $3 there. Kenny X-Men 247, 252, 286, 297, 301, 302, 303. You want them all? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 7. I'll do it all for $5. My poor deranged friend. Why was I deranged? I was just trying to entertain. It's not Lorena, it's Katrina. For which one? Oh, for all of them? I disabled them? I didn't disable them. I don't think anybody could keep up with it. I had a really hard time pronouncing that drug name, by the way. Can anybody recite that 10 times fast? Just do more. All right. Punisher War Journal number 31, 32, and 33 is going to go for $3. Oh, the Russian language one. I think it's better if you guys don't know what it's saying, but I could tell you. Well, you were the one who was like not happy about the commercials, Katrina. You didn't do anything. You just expressed disdain. Mandy, the last boy on Earth, number 30 is $1. You expressed dissatisfaction with my hard work. Could have been writing a script. Yep, didn't feel like it. Felt like making those commercials for you guys. That was more important to me than writing a script. Drunken Fist, number 6, number 7, and number 8. Get it all for $3. You want some awesome manga? Manga? You want some of that manga? It's right here for $3. Shut up and buy it. You want some more manga? Well, shut your face, because I got Zombies Assembled number 0 and number 1 going for just $2. Both of them together, $2. And then I got some Salmon Twitch here. Salmon Twitch 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Each going for $1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $7. How about we do it all for $5? Disdain is the wrong word. What's the right word then? Severely dislike. Yeah, that's right. A24 Films. But you know, Hollywood can really suck my dick. Didn't want to use the D word. I really did not want to use the D word. Oh boy. Just pretend I didn't say the D word, okay? They can really suck my thing that's under the D, the B's, okay? They can suck my B's because you know, the way they treat creators is like crap. And the same thing with publishers too, honestly. When it comes to your own creative work, the reason why I do it myself is because I have control over what happens. I don't get screwed over because I do the work and I make sure I'm checking out what's going on. Now, here's the deal. Not all publishers are going to screw over creators, but you got to work out the right deal with the right publisher. And the best way to do that is to license your work through a publisher who looks at your product and says, hey, I can sell this. In my case, I haven't found that connection in the US. Well, I kind of did, but it just didn't end up working out. In Korea, it actually worked out really nicely. I mean, I got a nice fat check and they flew me out to Korea and it was great. But that's like sort of like a once in a lifetime thing. It doesn't happen all the time. It was actually between 2016 and this year, I hadn't gone to Korea once. This is the first time I actually went back to Korea this year. And it was all because a documentary was filmed in 2022 that somehow got aired in 2025. And now people caught wind of me again. Now no one cares about me again. So I'm back here with all you guys. I'm back with all the plebeians again. And, you know, I'm totally fine with that because I'm just focused on what I'm doing. I realized chasing fame and all that stuff is really sort of a pointless pursuit. When you're focused on something you care about and you know what's working around you, focus on that. And that was what I realized. I realized, hey, I'm doing really well at these comic conventions. I'm going to focus on selling my books through there. It's continuously working. I'm going to keep building upon what I have there. And I just focused on that. I didn't allow myself to pursue something that was sort of not feasible. I mean, did that mean I let it go completely? No. I mean, we had a few licensing opportunities on the table, but one of them went through and one of them went nowhere. So you can knock on doors, but there's only so much you can do. And again, it's a matter of where you place your time. If I'm spending time chasing down licensing deals, that's more time away from creating new content, and it's time away from going to conventions where I'm actually making money. So you have to kind of weigh these things as a business owner. But, you know, there's all kinds of deals out there. I wouldn't say anybody's necessarily trying to screw you over, but, you know, if you look at how things work in the direct market and the way things work with publishers, there's not a lot of money being made, you know. So take my books, for example. It would be great to have all my comics in comic shops. Sure, it'd be great visibility, but I would not be making any money off of it unless I was doing direct distribution to these comic shops who want nothing to do with me at all because they've never heard of me before, right? But at comic conventions, I don't have to worry about that. It actually works to my advantage that no one knows who I am. But, you know, again, at comic shops, there's a reason why they're like that. Retailers don't want to be stuck with overstock that they can't sell because then they got to, you know, discount it for super cheap and they're losing money. And if you're doing a deal with the publisher, well, the publisher is going to be doing work to get your book distributed into comic shops. So everybody's going to get their cut. You're left with a very small piece of everything at the end. So it's just not a model that works for me particularly, but it works for a lot of other publishers, and for them, it's their livelihood. So I'm not going to say that, you know, it's all garbage, but going to film, the thing with film is like a lot of people work out these really bad deals because they are not sure what the value of their property is going to be. And two, they just want to make a deal so that they can get their foot in the door and then nothing happens. And I'm just not desperate to do that. I don't care about there being a Yisun Shin or a Warline movie. If someone wants to make a Warline or Yisun Shin movie, they know where to find me. And we'll talk. I'm here. I'm ready to deal. But I'm not going to go and chase that. I just think it's a waste of time. I'll do the work if I feel like, hey, this is actually going somewhere. Like, hey, someone's really interested and it's a big name. Like we actually, I met Toddy Gabriel at New York Comic Con this year, and she's really interested in playing Kia in a Warline movie, which would be really cool. But she's producing other projects, so she'll reach out when and if she's ready to move forward with something. At that point, if Toddy Gabriel contacts me and says, "Hey, I want to do this with you. Let's get something together," my ass is going to work, because now I got somebody who's legitimate, who actually knows what she's doing, is working in the industry. You know, that is not pie in the sky anymore. That's actually someone showing interest, and that is when I will go to work. But I don't work for comics to get into movies. I work for comics to be in comics. Get a low. You could get a low budget one done. Real low budget. It's one person. That is how I let you guys know I love you. I mean, I didn't want to mention the whole D thing. I never like to insinuate, you know. But anyway, let's stop talking about business. Let's talk about Batman Full Circle. I have Batman Full Circle going for $1. $1 right now on this book. Batman fighting the Reaper. The children don't fear the Reaper. Why is that? Why don't the children fear the Reaper? Full Circle, Bill. Awesome. Well, I mean, you're always going to have those stores. Like, I really do think Jen King is an outlier for most retailers. And, you know, there's outliers in every state, by the way. There are a lot of great shops out there that will support independent creators, going to them and being like, "Hey, you know, I got a book here. You know, will you stock it in your shop?" And Jen is one of those people who will actually go out of her way to do that, because she's fantastic. She's one of the best. Honestly, I try and emulate Jen as much as possible. As you guys can see, I'm dropping a bunch of F-bombs and showing really inappropriate content. That's the best way to emulate Jen. Actually, it's not, because Jen doesn't do that stuff. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I try and emulate Jen as much as I can, as being who I am. But the one thing I always appreciate about Jen is how kind she is to other creators and actually giving them a chance. There are shops that I've walked into, like I was in Denver last year, and I was just driving around going to comic shops, and I walked into one shop, I pitched a Warline, and the store manager just flat out said, "No, sorry, I'm not going to carry your book." And I wasn't really offended by it. I was just like, okay, like, it just is what it is. I mean, like, he knows better than me what's going to sell in his shop. I'm not going to sit here and throw a tantrum. You don't want it? Fine, whatever. I don't care. And I'm wholesaling it to him anyway, so I'm not getting as much as I would if I went to a convention and sold it, right? So either way, just deal didn't work. Then I went to another comic shop, and another owner said, "No, people in my shop are not going to buy it." And he had a customer. There was a customer right next to me, and he said, "I'll buy your books." And the retailer said, "You can't do business in my shop." So I was just like, whatever. I waited for the guy to go outside, and then I sold him Warline 1 and 2. It's fine. But, you know, there's some retailers who have very definitive ideas on how they do business, and they don't believe that they can sell my books. And that's fine. That's their problem. And if you can't sell my book, I don't want you to sell my book. I don't care. I really don't care. You're just cutting into my bottom line. If you want to do it, great. I support you. I will hook you up with all the tools you need to sell my stuff. But if I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give you the whole song and dance, and you're gonna convince me that no one wants to buy my book, I don't need to waste your time, and you don't need to waste mine. We're done. It's it. You know. And so I just don't pursue comic shops. I don't care about the distribution model. It has done me no favors at any point. You know, I remember I was working with Diamond. They solicited my projects, and they did try and help out a lot, actually. They gave us a spotlight, which was great. I appreciated that. They didn't give everybody a spotlight. So that was nice that Yisun Shin got a spotlight, and it was featured in one of their top books. But then our orders came in for 500 copies of Yisun Shin #1, and I just printed up 10,000 of these books. Like, And I called, and that was after I called up over 300 shops throughout the country and tried to convince them, and that was a fun experience too. The amount of really nasty responses I got from other shops, and I was calling at good times. I was calling like Thursdays, Fridays, after the Wednesday rush when things kind of quieted down to where I could actually speak with managers. And there were a lot of great managers and there were a lot of bad managers, and it was such a wasted effort for me. But I know people who were very successful with it. Ted Sikora is a great example. Ted Sikora had massive success calling up different comic shops and getting them to pick up his books, because I think that what he was putting out was more catered to the comic shop experience. Like Yisung Shin is not necessarily that. Warline might be more along those lines, but it's still not necessarily that. But you come to a convention and you come by my booth, it doesn't matter anymore. And that's what I've always relied on. I mean, that would be great if something could change, but after 17 years of doing this is what I've learned, and I prefer it this way. I got to be honest with you guys.
Yeah, stop shop talk.
Printing money if we did a Yisung Shin Gasolina crossover. Miss out on greatness, that idiot. D honor, I'm all about the dirty. I love it, Jay. I nailed it. I'm all about that big D. All right, all new Hyperkind Unleash number 1, 0 Hour number 2. That's gonna go for $1 a piece. No, I'm not gonna say Schmeckel instead of the D. I'm gonna say BBC. Big Bad Comics. Bad Comics is not good. No, I mean bad should be taken out. It should be Big Bold Comics. There you go. Big Bold Comics, BBC. There you go. You want some of this BBC? I got it for you right here. 0 Hour number 3 and 4. You get all that 0 Hour action for $3. I didn't mean to talk about wieners. We're not supposed to be talking about wieners. We're not supposed to use the D word here. I did have you nervous there. I didn't use the other B word. I used the right B word. Midnight and Apollo number 6 is $1. Wildcats number 10 is $1. And Wildcats 11 is $1. Detective Comics 1037 is $1. There's a winner's book? What was the winner's book? Were you just saying I'm a winner? Wieners? We talk about P pricing. One wiener next to another wiener. Garden of wieners. Wieners equals winners. Spider-Man's Tangled Web number 13. He's showing off his wiener to all these guys here, hanging upside down. And then I have number 16 here. This is going to go for $2 for these 2 Spider-Man books. Did I make that awkward, guys? I'm sorry. Typhoid number 3 is $1. Gargoyles Dark Ages number 3 is $1. Thanos Rising number 4 is $1. Shadow Cabinet number 1 is $1. Beater number 2 or number 1, cover C is $1. Andrew Dice Clay on the cover. Dollhouse, the Dollhouse Family number 6 is $1. The Fallen number 1, it's a Civil War II tie-in, $1. Sword of Hyperborea number 3 is $1. Quicksilver number 10 is $1. Suicide Squad 32 is $1. Batman Eternal 45, $1. I like Jay's approach though. You don't want my book, then you're an idiot. And just like walk out of their shop and just like as I'm walking out, just like knock a bunch of books off their shelves. It's called Rage Direct Selling. Rage Direct Selling, RDS. RDS. The most important thing is to have a steady RBF at all times, resting bitch face. If you have resting bitch face at all times, no retailer on earth will be able to deny you your book. I'm just too happy at all times. So, you know. All right, Angel and Spike, number 10 is $1. That's a lot of work too. I mean, I completely understand what retailers have to deal with. I do a lot of business with comic shops. I don't even try and sell comic shops my books. I don't even bother with it. And that sounds stupid, but it's the reason why I don't do it is it's just I don't want to have to convince them that my books can sell to their customers. I don't have to worry about that. Their customers are going to find me at a convention and I'll sell to them there. If they decide that they want to support me and they know me and they've read my work and all that, that's great. You know, in February, I'm thinking about maybe calling up a few shops that I know that are in my circle that would be happy in having me sign books at their shops. That would be great. But even so, comic shop signings are not the same as going to a convention. And there's still a little bit of money there, but I mean, it's for me, it just hasn't been what it was when I first started. It's weird, but it's just what works for me now. I don't know. Maybe I got to think things differently. Yes, exactly. Weapon X number 1 and number 4 is going to go for $2. I mean, every independent creator deals with this. It's like I know I'm not alone on it. Female Furies number 3 is $1. And here's the thing, I actually like selling my books. There are a lot of people who don't want to deal with that customer interaction and sell books. I actually like going on the floor and pitching people until my face turns blue. I actually like my job. So it's different. Do I get tired from my job? Absolutely. I'm exhausted pitching Warline and Yisum Shin. That's why I haven't been pitching it for the last couple weeks, because I need to rest. I need to get back to the point where I can actually pitch this and do what I got to do at a convention. But a lot of people don't want to do that because they're working on multiple projects and they're trying to do multiple things, so I get it. I'm not going to call anyone out and say that my way is the right way or anything like that, because that's not true. And I just, I think there are multiple answers, and it depends on the product and it depends on the person. You get tired watching me? Oh man, I get tired watching me. I get tired being me. Wolverine Origins number 12, 14, and 15. This is going to go for $3. Yeah, exactly. Like that's kind of the thing. I mean, a lot of shops are like just not enthused. Now, I know that a lot of shops can have very successful signings if the creators that they bring in are like people that are well known and all that stuff. Well, that's great, but for me, it's just more important to do shows because I know what's going on over there. But again, look what happened in 2020 when shows were shut down because of COVID. That forced me to pivot. That's actually what brought me here doing this now. This is taking more of a backseat now because conventions are back in full swing. But should that ever reverse again, I will be here. That was my pivot. And it's important to do that. I mean, I think everybody throughout their careers is going to have to redefine who they are multiple times. It's not like you can ever just say, this is who I am, and that's it. Honestly, if it wasn't for COVID, Warline wouldn't exist. I was so fixated on just working on Yisum Shin, and all I wanted to do for that year was get back on the front lines and sell comics. And eventually I just kind of gave up on it and said, all right, I'm at my lowest point right now. What should I do? I'm going to create something new. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, I'm certainly not perfect at what I do. I'm just always trying to learn. The Visitor, number 1, is $1. Fucking buy this book, idiot. How's that, Jay? Do you think someone could learn from me, selling like that? Die cut Warline cover. It's just a nice round hole. The starfish die cut cover. Chocolate starfish diet. God damn it. Stop being inappropriate. Damn it. Son of a bitch. You feel that rage. All right, we still got some FOMO books here. I have The Punisher Wolverine African Saga by Carl Potts and Jim Lee. Amazing Spider-Man Soul of the Hunter. Cops. Avengers number 1. Captain America 277. The Max. And G.I. Joe 63. All of these books are going for $5 a pop. These are all the remaining FOMO books from today. I have Uncanny X-Men 403 going for $1. Oh, geez, Eddie. Whoa. You know what the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercial would say? He'd say 3 and he'd take a big bite out of that starfish. Ugh. Been chewing on buttholes all day. It's not scratch and sniff. Yeah, seriously, we were talking about D's. Now, he's talking about A's. Sorry, Punisher goes to Kurt. All right, Kurt, I'm going to give you a good deal on this. I'm going to give you a 25% markup. This book was $5. It's now $25. They said it's a 25% markup. Oh, I put it away on right there. This is actually really good, Kurt. You're gonna like this. Jim Lee drew this, and you see how Punisher and Wolverine fight for the first time. It's actually a really cool battle. Yeah, see? You remember that. Eddie's all about biting into that chocolate starfish. All right. I have Badger, number 23, 24, 26, 29. I'll do all of them. If he could teach a class, I'll do it all for $4. Margot, Intergalactic Trash Collector, number 1 of 3. That's $1. Iron Man number 4. This is part of a great run. I really love this run. Roberto put me onto that. It's going to go for $1. Doom Patrol number 65 is $1. X Factor Annual number 5 is $1. Infinity Man and the Forever People number 1 is $1. Korak Son of Tarzan number 50 is $1. Dark Stars 24 is $1. Iron Patriot number 4 is $1. And the Goon number 4 is $1. And Honor number 1 is $1. We got another double rack here, plus a bunch of these books here. If anybody wants to get the double rack, it is $25 for both racks. $25 for every book on the double rack. No, Margot, the Intergalactic Trash Collector is not related to Gasolina at all. Gasolina is her own thing. Got exactly 15 minutes left before we close up shop this afternoon. Never watching TV again or the internet. Trina's done. We have destroyed her. We have ruined her for life. Yeah, why would you need cable? You could just watch me. It's free. You know what I love? This is what pisses me off so much. I'm looking on my phone when I should be selling comics, of course. And here's what they say right here. It says Thor's trailer for Avengers Doomsday already reverses the MCU's biggest mistake. You know what MCU's biggest mistake is? Not releasing the Thor fucking trailer. Drop that shit right now and suck my balls. There you go. And my D and my B and my chocolate starfish. Drop the fucking trailer. Fuck you. Drop it. Just drop it. That's the mistake, is not dropping the damn trailer. Jesus, all this waiting and, speculation. Jesus. There you go, guys. How's that for rage selling? That was rage marketing right there. Jay, what do you think of my rage marketing skills? Oh, yeah. No, using the T word. You have until Friday to recover. Oh, boy. Yes, drop the goddamn trailer right fucking now. Stop holding it over our heads. Jesus. Such a waste of damn time. All right, I'm going to take all these books down. You guys don't want them, fine. You could suck on my sort of hyperborea. So what's everybody got going on for Christmas? You guys gonna rewatch this episode on repeat? I know Jay's probably gonna do it. Right, Jay? Am I right? He's like, no, I'm not going to do this at all. He's like, I'm going to count my blessings and be happy with the fact that I have Quasar number 7. I have an abundance of Quasar number 7. Now, don't worry, if you need issue 8, you can come and buy it on Kickin. Bastards. Go to my local comic shop. He's got plenty of. He's got 2 copies of Quasar 6. I have Quasar 8. Where's number 7? Jesus. How it always goes. And then I promise you guys, there will come a time in the next month or two when I no longer need that book and I've already purchased it a long time ago. I will find a stack this thick of Quasar number 7. I promise you. It happens to be every year. I'm like, ah. All right, I'm going to go over the bottom row stuff again. In the last few minutes that we have here. And he's like, family's gonna be like, Daddy, thanks for getting me. And then they're gonna hear me say, fuck, sell that fucking trailer. His daughter's gonna start crying. You ruined Christmas through me. I ruined Christmas. The Jew who ruined Christmas for everybody. I swore so much on the Christmas Eve special. Oh boy. This is a Christmas Eve special no one will ever forget. I need a new scarf too, actually. Fabrice has a really nice scarf. He scarfed it up in Columbus this year. I was like, damn, that's a nice scarf. I wish I had a scarf like that. All right. FOMO books. I'm going to show those off. Amazing Spider-Man, Soul of the Hunter, $5 on this. Cops #1 is $1, or sorry, $5. $5 on these books here. Okay. Avengers #1 is $5. Captain America 277 is $5. The Max #1 is $5. GI Joe 63 is $5. Amazing Spider-Man. Which Amazing Spider-Man? Okay, you wanted this one. Both taking the Amazing Spider-Man. Awesome. The rest of our FOMO books. 5 of them here at $5 a pop. Yeah, Fabrice has got to pick it out for me. Okay, going over the bottom row again. Infamous Iron Man #8 is 3. Star Wars Obi-Wan #1 is 3. Amazing Spider-Man 364 is 3. Let Up 200 is 3. Wolverine #50 is 3. Death Metal Rise of the New God #1 is 3. Hulk #6 is 3. Doctor Strange 381 is 3. First Bats the Astral Dog. Uncanny X-Men Meet the Teen Titans, $3. Ultimate Invasion 1 is going to go for 5. Ghostbusters Dead Man's Chest #1 is 5. Avengers 369 is 3. New Mutants 100 is 3. And Nomad is #1 is 3. Doctor Strange and Obi-Wan are off. Doctor Strange off to Chris. And Obi-Wan off to, or sorry, Doctor Strange off to Phil. Obi-Wan off to Chris. Gotcha. All right. For runs at the top here, we have Batman 433, 434, and 435. This makes up the full run of The Many Deaths of Batman. It's going to go for $10. Superman Strength. Still got this bad boy here, #1, 2, and 3. This is going to go for $10. My hardcover Marvel Transformers. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Who put that up? Was that Clover Press? Did they put that back out there? Okay. Sir. I also have Captain America #25. Oh, Skybound put it out. That's right. That would make sense. That's really cool. Captain America 25, first appearance of Sam Wilson as Captain America is going to go for $50. $50 on this if you want it. $50 on this slab right here. Slab it if you want it. Slab. Slabbity slabs mixed slab. It's 30 pounds. Wow, geez. How many issues are in there? Was it like 75 or something like that? 100 issues? I remember seeing something about that. Slab it, put it on a grill. That's exactly right. All right, we are exactly a minute away from spinning the wheel. You guys have any questions about anything else I've showed off today? Let me know. Otherwise, this is it. Superman Strength. Off to Lorena. Sweet. Good deal. Superman Strength. Off to Lorena. Okay. Captain America gets called. Holy crap. We sold that second slab. Awesome. We're talking about the Sam Wilson, right, Phil? You're taking this? Heck yeah. That is awesome. Yeah, the one no one likes. Well, that price, $50, honestly, I lost money on that entire deal. I was hoping to make, I was hoping to double my money. I bought both slabs for about $50 a pop back in 2021. And I've been trying to sell them for the last 4 years. So now they finally sold. So there we go. Phil, thank you very much. Everyone else, thank you very much. It's time to spin the wheel, skid bark here. Let's spin the wheel, skid bark.
It's time to spin the wheel of skid
Phil, you're the only one who gets a spin, I think. Hold on. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, you're the only person who gets a spin. So tell me which direction we're spinning today. That's true. I wouldn't have anything. All right. All right, I'm spinning for Phil. We're doing a clockwise spin. He gets a free marble book. And I'm going to hook you up with Daredevil Echo number 2 on the house. All right, everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Be happy, be healthy, be merry. I will see you guys on Tuesday on The Experience, 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do the same thing we did this week, again next week. So we'll do our Tuesday show, and then we'll do a New Year's Eve special that'll be around the same time like we did today. So I will see you guys later. Be on the lookout. We'll be doing more dollar books, having a grand old time, and I can't wait to see you guys. I love you all. Merry Christmas.